Occupying less than 1% of the ocean floor, coral reefs, a nature-based solution for flood protection, are home to more than 25% of marine life. Food from the sea requires no treated freshwater inputs. However, energy is needed to harvest it and reduce land-based runoff that pollutes it. Coral reefs are one of our world's ecosystems most vulnerable to climate change. Our Mesoamerican reef is the second largest barrier reef in the world. Protecting it would truly integrate Latin America and the Caribbean. Our oceans connect us. Recent sargassum incidences from the seawalls of Guyana to the beaches of Mexico are visible indicators of this interconnectivity. One theory is that nutrient loads from agricultural production in the Amazon basin are contributing to this new phenomena. The main takeaway for this session on natural infrastructure and the food, energy, water nexus is the importance of connecting and supporting humans who champion their natural infrastructure as they understand best how these systems work, can work, and should work. In 2014, I met Fragments of Hope, an NGO in Placencia, Belize, committed to mainstreaming coral restoration. Lisa Carne, the founder and executive director, is my hero, and this presentation honors her. A grand engineering challenge is managing the nitrogen cycle. Environmental engineers like myself usually design systems to protect the marine environment. Few of us, however, have seen the beauty beneath the water we wish to protect. Fragments of Hope shows me that world, and their work motivates me to find better land-based solutions that minimize impacts on marine ecosystems. The Inter-American Development Bank funded Fragments of Hope and a coral restoration workshop in Discovery Bay, Jamaica, with the University of the West Indies. At that workshop, I witnessed people connecting. Lisa Carne from Fragments of Hope, Ainalek Wilmot from the Orcabessa Bay Fish Sanctuary, Andrew Ross from Seascape Caribbean, and David Vaughan from Mote Marine Laboratory. We don't treat humans as nature-based solutions. Investing in them, however, is critical.
Biology is a study of life. And life is everywhere. I try to teach biology from a global perspective. I knew about coral restoration efforts around the world, but to actually see it firsthand made such a difference. Fragments of Hope is an amazing organization that's just having such an effect on the Belizean Keys. While I was there, Dr. Dave Vaughan from Mote Marine Lab in the Florida Keys, he brought a diamond edge saw and showed how to microfragment the coral and to transplant those corals right straight back onto the reef itself.
That was great. One of the best examples of good restoration of staghorn and elkhorn both. Excellent, excellent. The rest of the world, how it can be done.
What we always hear about is these coral reefs that are being degraded around the world. And I want to make sure my students understand that humans are having the effect on that. We talk about humans' effect and the increase in carbon dioxide and the warming in the atmosphere and what effect that's having on corals. And rather than just talk about the bad things that have occurred, I'm actually able to bring hope into these students.
Fragments of Hope is a non-profit, community-based organization in Placencia focusing on the challenge of coral reef restoration at Laughing Bird Key National Park since 2006, a World Heritage Site that was directly hit by Category 4 Hurricane Iris in 2001. Most of the shallow reefs were degraded to 6% or less live coral cover. We began mass outplanting of nursery-grown acroporid corals in 2010. We have demonstrated over 35% increase in live coral cover at Laughing Bird Key National Park. We have demonstrated longevity as the original coral transplants have almost 12 years survivorship and demonstrated sustainability with sexual reproduction since we've documented the nursery-grown outplanted coral spawning since 2014. We have shown our work is scalable by replenishing over a hectare of shallow reef with over 75,000 corals and made it replicable by offering a training program vetted and endorsed by the Belize Fisheries Department, complete with a manual and a 3-day hands-on curricula targeting Belizean coastal community members like fishers, tour guides, NGO, and government staff. This transfers the knowledge of our innovative, low-cost, low-tech methods to rapidly grow the Caribbean acroporid corals and place them on shallow, degraded reefs in marine protected areas. We have trained over 40 Belizeans and expanded our program to regional partners in Jamaica this year. It is the involvement of local community and ownership of the restoration work that has made it so successful.
I add additional briefing all the time in my snorkel briefing or dive briefing about fragments of hope.
And whenever we have school trips, they're excited about it as well.
They've also done some outreach on climate change, which is very important.
We have a small fishing business and for company, and so if the reef doesn't do good, we won't do good.
So if you have more coral, you definitely will have more fish.
More fish equals more money and more food.
It's a symbiotic relationship between coral and fish. One can't live without each other, so we're trying our very best to replenish the devastated reef.
All the reefs dumped up, like 70 acres, man-made land. So all them coral are destroyed. So once you destroy coral, marine life will get destroyed, or destroy fish, you destroy everything, seagrass, everything.
We went to Belize back in March and we learned a method that is guaranteed to speed up our outplanting rates here in Jamaica. So we thought, we'd get the Belizeans here to teach the rest of our team and show these people firsthand what it can be like, or what can be achieved from using their method. So it's really a really amazing and educational experience for everyone involved.
I am a fisherman and become coral gardener and start taking care of the corals and the coral reefs, and trying to sustain a very valuable industry. The fishing industry is very valuable, and also the marine conservation is very useful and very vital to our prospect and our longevity.
I'm a game warden. First, I used to be a fisherman, and they bring in this sanctuary stuff. I see it's a good stuff because the species of the fish was going away, right? And we try to save it. So where they have the sanctuary now, that's where we used to do like fishing. And we have to give up that to bring in the things so that it could work.
There's an old Jamaican saying that Masagad fish cannot finish. They will never deplete. We wanted to let people in the area know what was going on, and one of the things that we did is we would go and we would show that video.
We, as the fishermen, we didn't go the way to try to save it and protect it. So it's now overfished. All our reef and coral is all gone. There's not a lot of fish in it anymore.
Belize fisher and conservationist Brian Young expressed dismay at what he saw.
I'm kind of lost for words right here, right now.
They need to put in some conservation laws that dive in with compressor things that will definitely kill whatever you have, because you are taking the adult from down there that reproduce. That's the reason why we don't allow scuba diving for commercial fishing in Belize.
There would be a group of guys watching it, and one guy would say, "Boy, a foolishness that," and the next guy would say, "Yeah, we need to do something like that." And then they would have this whole argument about a fish sanctuary, and we didn't do anything except show a video of Jamaicans in Belize.
We build this sanctuary. We partner with our FEMSA Foundation, so we work together as a team and make things happen. And now we are working with fragments of hope. Yes.
Right now, we're excited because a lot of sprat in Jamaica.
We heard of Massive Fish Can done for the first time in May 2018, while Fragments of Hope was in Jamaica working with the Orcabessa Bay Fish Sanctuary and the Sandals Boscabel Fish Sanctuary. I hosted a screening in Placencia 2 months later. That was the first time Mr. Jack and other fishermen would see it. The Nature Conservancy had filmed them and published it online since 2009. Earlier that day, I had gone fishing with Kevin Madeira. As we prepared the fresh catch for the screening, fishermen lamented that there is no sprat. Eroding coastlines and loss of mangroves threaten coral reefs, and Fragments of Hope works to restore mangroves. To fishermen, mangroves are fish nurseries. Protecting them could increase their sprat. For ex-fisherman Lowell Godfrey, seaweed farming supports marine life. The Nature Conservancy in Belize is partnering with the Placencia Seaweed Farmers Association, who dream of lobsters and conch integration. Fragments of Hope recently followed their dream and placed crabs around their sites. More corals equal more crabs equal more fish equal more connecting people. Let's think big, take risks, stop funding small one-off grants, and give the coral restoration community resources they truly need to soar.